Hello.
Coach, good morning.
Good morning.
While we wait on questions to come in, would you mind some brief thoughts on your team as you head to Auburn?
Yeah, our team is looking forward to the chance to go on the road and play a really good program, good team, and always a exciting place to play. The atmosphere there is always really good, especially when these two teams get together. A lot of tradition, and looking forward to it.
We'll begin with Mike Griffith of the AJC.
Coach, as far as talking with your team and addressing the stakes of the game, is it just like any other week, or will you talk to them about the potential ramifications of this game in the college football playoff and your team's chance to make it?
I mean, it's no different than any game we've had so far. I mean, what's different? There's no difference in this game in the last really 3, 4, 5, ever since the South Carolina game. I don't know that it's that the ramifications have changed. We've got an opportunity to win the East, and that's really our next step, is to worry about Auburn and taking care of business for this game. So I don't know that the ramifications have changed. So it's really just about focusing on playing good, because that's what's going to control the outcome of the game, is how we play.
Next is Anthony Dasher, GeorgiaSports.com.
Morning, Kirby. With the Board of Regents yesterday approving the new football building, what does it mean for the program to officially have this on the way, and what parts of it are you most excited about?
Well, I'm excited about it's a total new football facility. So I'm most excited about the weight room, the team meeting room, the ability to have new meeting rooms, new office space for our coaches, basically an area for the players in order to dine and eat and be able to be over here when they're not in class. And we're just in a little bit of tight quarters right now, and it's going to free up some space so that our guys can utilize the facility, as much as they need to. And it's a big step for us. It's not going to be an easy project. It's going to take a little time, but very pleased with them allowing us to have it, and our alumni helping fund it.
Thank you.
Next is Peter Baugh, The Athletic.
Hey, Coach. Both from watching film ahead of the Missouri game and from watching during the game on Saturday, what stood out about safety Tyree Gillespie, number 9 on Mizzou?
Speed guy, really physical, very instinctive. He fills the alley really well. He had some big hits in the game, and been a good player for them, very productive.
Next is Josh Tate of IMG College.
Coach, when we look at the rankings this season and we see 3 or 4, 5 SEC teams that have kind of hovered around the top, how do you prepare your players for the weekly grind when you're looking at your schedule up and down, and especially, like, for example, this week going into a high-profile matchup?
You don't do it in season. You do it off season. You make every workout, every spring practice, every opportunity as tough and as adverse as you can, because in this league, it's that way week in, week out. And I'm a big believer in sustainable focus. And if you stretch people's brain to be able to focus a little longer and be able to handle a little more and be able to be physically tough and mentally tough a little longer, it allows them to handle the season, because the season is a grind. So you prepare for that with every off-season workout, every summer workout, every spring practice. I mean, you're constantly preparing for that.
Thanks.
Next is Bob Holt in the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette.
Hey, Kirby, how you doing?
Hey, Bob.
With the opening here at Arkansas, some Arkansas former linemen have been lobbying for Sam Pittman to be the head coach. Just wondering, being around Sam, what kind of head coach do you think he could make, or do you think he has the wherewithal to be like an SEC head coach?
Sam's got an incredible personality, and kids gravitate to Sam's personality. He's a tremendous asset for our program, and he'd make an incredible head coach given the opportunity. He's a joy to be around, and He's done a tremendous job for our program. He's been one of the major parts of the foundation, which starts with the offensive line and defensive line, and he's been a part of that ever since we've been here. And he's got a lot of experience, and he's been a lot of places. Certainly been a big help to me.
No, I guess I don't think Arkansas has played Georgia since you went there, but you obviously played them every year when you were at Alabama. What's your take on the Arkansas job? I mean, is this still considered a good job by coaches, do you think?
Well, yeah, I think any job in the SEC is a good job. Now, is it is it realistic to play in the SEC West and in the SEC? And there's no easy jobs in the SEC. So you could certainly say there's more fertile areas than others. And I'm not saying that Arkansas is not. What I am saying is you got to be able to recruit really well. You got to be able to make tough decisions. You got to be able to go into some other states outside of yours and do a good job and create a culture. There's no easy jobs in the SEC, I can assure you that, but there's also no bad jobs in the SEC.
Well, I didn't mean it was easy. I just meant if coaches
Right.
thought of, desirable, I guess.
Absolutely, it's desirable.
Okay, thank you.
Next, we'll go to Ben Portnoy of the Columbus Commercial Dispatch.
Hey, Coach. Errol Thompson at Mississippi State's a guy that you recruited when you were at Alabama. What do you kind of remember about him, and what kind of stuck out about him as a prospect and as a player?
Physical, really physical. I mean, run stopper, thumper, got good speed, and I remember recruiting him out of high school and watching some of his games. He just he had a physical toughness about him that he enjoyed and embraced the game of football, and he plays that way. Even today when I see him on film, I remember all those attributes.
Perfect. Thanks so much, Coach.
Next is Murray Poole of Bulldog Illustrated.
Hey, Kirby. Does Auburn move Derek Brown around on the defensive front a good bit? Also, Marlon Davis, and do they switch them to each side of the line according to what you're running and so forth?
Well, not based on what you're running, because I don't think they know what you're running all the time. I mean, you get in different formations, and they're not really keen on that. And on third down, they do a good job of creating matchups where they put Derek outside and get Marlon on other guys and do that. I think their base defense, they're not moving them around a ton outside of the different fronts they play. But it's not, they're not moving around based on what you're doing. They're moving around based on what they're doing.
And would Andrew Thomas and some of the other guys probably likely have one-on-one matchups with these guys during the course of the game?
Yeah, somebody's going to have one-on-one with him. I can assure you that, because you can't double team everybody on their defensive front. So there's going to be one-on-one matchups throughout the game, and you're not really able to control where those are and when those are, because you call plays and you have protections based on where their guys are. So we won't be able to control that, but there'll certainly be a lot of one-on-one matchups.